Swansea. Season 5, match day 5. What an epic evening we had indeed. Full of chaos, full of enjoyment, full of celebration, and I tell you, full of people as well. We've already got massive attendances anyway. Out of 116, we are hitting those hundreds, and we're on 101 attendance again this week. Can't express how proud I am of you guys for showing up and doing your thing each week. As you can see, tracking still at a high. We've got red, orange, and black really going for gold with their tracker bonuses this week. Our biggest team loss, of course, is yellow. They're doing absolutely fantastic. More details to follow with that. And team attendance, as you can see with 101, we've got a good few hard hitters here with the yellow, red, orange, and black teams all coming through with full attendance, at least 11, of course. Pitch goals, 36 pitch goals, little lower, shows exactly how competitive each game is going right now. And you can see the competitiveness, and you can see how everyone's getting fitter, they're getting smarter, they know exactly what they're doing on the pitch, and they're getting pitch clever as well, how they're implementing their own fitness. Absolutely fantastic. Scales goals, still astronomical. As you can see, 72 goals issued throughout match day 5 for scale bonuses alone, and that also includes tracking, of course. Coaches goals. Now you can see that the coaches goals, we've got 61 coaches goals there. Now you can see how that will work out. We had a couple of questions throughout the on Tuesday evening in regards on how the coaching goals is working. I need to remind you, of course, every single person who's still in the rumble gets a goal for their team on a weekly basis. The ones at the end of it, I'm gonna put a bit of a yardstick there. Obviously, the way that things are going now, I can see there's probably going to be a top 10, top 5, possibly, of people in the rumble towards the end. You'll get 7 goals for each person that's still in the rumble. That's massive. Realistically, it shows you as well how important the scales are this season. So then you can see that when you're looking at the scores, and you can see then that certain teams have 5 points, other teams have 2 points, some have 10 points. You can also see that that's reflective of their tracking, their team loss, the team attendance, as you can see on the left-hand side, plus the amount of people that they've still got left in the rumble. Let's move on. Let's go for it. Okay, so you can see how everybody's done so far here. So we'll start with the left and we'll go over to the right then from there. So we've got thinner to win it at 3.3 kilos. We've got fat Astuta then. I've got you at a sustain there, or a maintain. We've got an incredible bulks then at 5 kilos. Sporting a beer gut then. We've got yourselves at 8.7. Marco Band fasting 1.9. Frying Dutchman 6.7 kilos. Scranrad 0.7 kilos. Vinder Blues at 0.4 kilos. Pink Panthers at 1.9. And Fazio at a maintain. And those are your team losses collectively. When everybody's weighed in, that's exactly how much you've lost. The weekly club total loss was 26.8 kilos. That is still pretty impressive, to be honest with you guys. That, you know, if you whittle that down a point of it, that works out roughly about £1 each person has got rid of over the course of a week, and that's sustainable. That's clever. Total loss for this season so far is 178.9 kilograms. Massive. Our top biggest losers, we've got Daniel Nicholas right on the top there for the Oranges, of course, at 3.8 kilos, came in, knew exactly what he was doing. He really came in gunning for it. Brett Johnson then, super keeper, came in, wasn't sure, really wasn't sure, but came in, 2.8 kilo loss, and the guy was absolutely elated. Mr. Milestone himself of this season, Richard Harris, 2.3 kilo loss, came on, knew what he was doing, knew the score. Josh Howells at 2 kilos came in, unassuming, knew what he was going to do, knew that it came off, had that going. Fantastic there. And Adam Rayson, again, congratulations on the newborn. It's really hard, especially when you've got a newborn who's not fully sleeping the full night and all this kind of stuff, and then you're still losing weight. I know in my experience of being a parent that when they were that young, you would literally put your hand to anything and eat it to stay awake and to try and feel some normality. But you're still losing it. You got 1.8 kilos off me. Absolutely fantastic. Now, our milestone clubs. You can see the 5% clubs filling up there. We've got Phil Davis, Hassan Ahmed and Richard Ghazi entering this week. And then the 10% club, we've got Richard Harris and Nathan Alagosta stepping into that 10% club. A little legend, John Cotton. He's come back recently, and he's carried on from where he was, and he has come in on a mission, smashed in. John Cotton, 15% club. Congratulations, mate. And of course, OG Regan Purdue absolutely blitzed it, and then decided, you know what, I'm going to look after myself. I'm going to enjoy what I'm doing. I'm going to go from there. I'm going to see how it goes. Very unassuming. Smashed it, 20% club. Means business this season. Congratulations, mate. So proud of every single one of you there. Well done, boys. So, we can see how it's worked out and how the breakdown goes on to this. So, Incredible Bulks versus Flying Dutchmen. That was our first game of the night. It was 6-2 to the Flying Dutchmen. Scales then was 7-6 to the Flying Dutchmen. Tracking, as we know, tracking is something really consistent with everybody at the moment. So then we can see that that was 3 goals each for there. And the bonus goals then, we had 11 goals to the Flying Dutchmen to 6 goals to the Incredible Bulks, which ended up at 17-27 to the Flying Dutchmen. Massive congratulations as well to Aaron John and Nick Davis for gaining their opponent's Man of the Match awards there. Well done. Second game then, Fractastuta against Scran Ra. Overall, you can see 6-12, sorry. I think I better put my glasses on if I'm going to do this any better, don't I? Pitch was 4-3 to Fractastuta. Scales then you can see was 1 goal to Scran Ra, the -2 then to Fractastuta. Tracking, consistent, as you can see, 3 goals each, and the bonus goals then was 1-5 at the end of that. Of course, you've got 3 people who are in it, and additionally the 2 bonus goals for tracking and attendance. Yeah, so it ended up then at 6-2 to 6-12 to Scran Ra. I did that second time, and it's mainly because I still haven't put my glasses on, so let's give it a go. That's better. Ryan Hawkins, Chris Carter, you had the votes for opponent man of the match. Congratulations, guys. Third game, Marco Van Fasten against Sporting Beergut. 24-28, so close, and you can see exactly what the scales does here. Pitch game was 5-0 to Marco Van Fasten. We had scales at 10-13, Sporting Beergut. Tracking 3-all. And then we had the bonus goals. And this is where it comes in special now, guys, because you can see what the Rumble is doing. 6 goals to Marco Van Fasten, 12 goal bonuses to Sporting Beergut. So then they had their loss, their tracking, their attendance. So that worked about 4 goals there, plus, of course, whoever's left in the Rumble. Absolutely fantastic. You can see how it worked out, 24-28, and you can see exactly what the scales does to the overall in comparison to the pitch. Craig Bowles, David Mabe, you've had the vote for opponent man of the matches. Fantastic. Amazing. Right, so the 5th game then, Fazio Pink Panthers. We've got 14-21 to the Pink Panthers. Pitch score was 6-5 to Fazio. Again, you can see what the scales does. Scales then was 4 goals to 9 to Pink Panthers, 3-all when it came to the tracking, and of course bonus then was 1 to Fazio and 4 to Pink Panthers. Anthony Sheldon, Lee Osborne, you were the guys who had the opponent man of the matches. Congratulations. Well performed game there, guys. I had the opportunity to look over my shoulder to the newly installed Windows to watch that one because I wasn't bashing in so many numbers at that point, so I got to enjoy the latter end of the last night. Thinner to win it, and Vinder Blues, the last game of the night, 25-13 at the end overall. Pitch score was 3-2. Scales then was 9 goals to 4. Tracking was 3-2, and then bonus then 10 goals to 5. Martin Davis, Jordan Aspelund, you had the votes for opponent's match and man of the matches. And then again, you can see exactly what the scales does. That's an astronomical leap from the 3-2 to the 25-13. Okay, and then you can see what it's done Dutchman, Sporting a Beer Gut, you're still up there. Thinner to Win It, Marco van Fasting, you're clutching on their heels there. You can see Incredible Bulks, Fat Astuta, you're really close into it. Scranrye, you're still close into it as well. And you've got Pink Panthers, Vinderblue, and Fazio then towards the latter end of the table. It's not all to lost though, guys. We're only in match day 5. We've got till match day 9 until we can see then where the natural split between is going to happen for the remaining 5 weeks. Okay, so this is our team of the week. Now, this is made out of all the lads who have done fantastically on the scales for their respective teams and have been voted that way. So then, of course, Simon Petherbridge, 1.1 kilo loss there for you, mate. Absolutely fantastic. Matt Richards, 1.2 kilo loss. Amazing. Shahi then, of course, our phenomenal 11s coordinator and PF, head PF. 1.4 kilo loss. Brilliant. And then, of course, we're heading down then and we're going into milestone land. Oh, no, of course, I forgot to say about this one. Of course, our super keeper there, of course, 2.8 kilo, Brett Johnson. Amazing. And, of course, Adam Racing at 1.8 kilos. Amazing. Please excuse me for that one. I am only human. Right. We've got our milestone heroes here as well. So let's go through these in succession. We've got Phil Davis, Hassan Ahmed and Richard Ghazi entering their 5% there. You are in the team, guys. Absolutely brilliant there. Then, of course, into our 10% team then, we've got Nathan Alagossada and, of course, Richard Harris having a stormer of a week there with their milestones. John Cotton with your 15%. Congratulations, mate. And, of course, on top there, Regan Purdue, 20%. Couldn't be prouder, mate. Absolutely couldn't be prouder. It's an honour to see you all having such fantastic progress in your weight loss journeys. Okay, this is all we are all right now. We all want to know about the Rumble. We all want to know exactly where we stand here. And of course, from the start of the season, 64 of us are eliminated. If my maths is correct, that's roughly around 10 people were over the top rope this week, which leaves us with 52 remaining. It's getting close now, guys. It's getting to a point where some people are, they're not struggling, but they're ready to kind of slow it down a bit, and that's okay. That's not a problem, because realistically, it's not about massive losses. It's about those little losses, the sustainability, chipping away. The amount of people that I spoke to last night, and you could see the loss coming in, you could see their loss coming in, and that's all I was saying is chipping away. You could see they're nodding their heads. They were ready to go for it, guys. It is about sustainability. It's not about those massive losses and doing things that's going to make yourself ill because you want to get under that certain point. It's about moderation, sustainability, making sure you do things right. And if you're doing that, okay, guys, all the better, because of course it's going to be a little easier then. If you're going for the massive cheap meal, going over the top, having an absolute blinder of a weekend where you're thinking to yourself, I can't even remember what I've eaten, so I can't track it, so I won't bother. Then all of a sudden you're realizing, actually, I'm over. And then you do something which is drastic, and you feel you end up feeling the strain from that. It's better to do it sustainably. Of course, you've got to moderate yourself, you've got to enjoy yourself, you've got to have a life, but you also can do it with moderation. And of course, next week. For next week are up, guys. You can see where it is. So then at 7 o'clock, we've got the Pink Panthers against Scranrye. Then we've got Fat Astuta against the Flying Dutchman. Thinner to Win It against the Sporting a Beer Gut. Marco Van Fasting against Incredible Bulks. And then our final game then being Fazio against the Vinder Blues. This has been the roundup for the week, guys. I really hope you've enjoyed it. And of course, we can also tell you have a fantastic week. Make sure that you stay sustainable, stay sensible, make sure you're doing everything you need to. And of course, if there's anything that you need, please get in touch with myself, the PFs, your team captain, and of course, we can sort things out from our end. Much appreciated, guys. Have a fantastic week, and I'll see you soon.